All right, good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out tonight. First up, we have a presentation, a report on this year's reveal from our brand-new assessor, Jessa Salmon.
There it is. I am Jessa Salmon. I've been here about 7 years and recently appointed to assessor. So just going to give everybody some basic numbers, 2 minutes about our townwide reval. April 1st, we mailed out 6,612 notices, to which that informal period ran April 1st through the 24th. We received 136 informals, and 87 of those informals received reductions. And then we moved on to our grievance period, which ran from May 1st until grievance day, which is typically the end of May. We had 85 formal grievances, and 25 of those were actually from informals. So we had 20 scheduled appointments and 65 drop-off submissions. We also negotiated and reduced 17 through stipulations, and the BAR granted 22 reductions out of the 85 grievances. So all in all, with 6,612 notices, it's about 2% of the population of residents that actually made complaints. So that's a very good reval in our eyes. So yeah, and so far we have the Saratoga Springs tax rate has gone down 50 cents. So we're just waiting on the other schools. That's all I have.
Perfect.
Very quick and easy.
Yeah.
If I flood you with numbers, it will make your head spin.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Jess. I know we were all a little concerned about how it was going to be the very first time that we went to a full value assessment. On grievance day, we had lines out the door and in the parking lots. We were here for 2 days, so the trending and doing it periodically, I think shows that we're
on
doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So,
And if there's any questions anytime, just call our office, come see us. Our door's open. We're very transparent, willing to help.
and a reminder that the Board of Assessment Review is basically a group of
Panel of
residents.
volunteers.
They're volunteers. They're residents of the town of Malta, and so if you get a chance, please thank them on my behalf or our behalf for
Yes.
the work they do. It's
And
not
we're
an
always
easy job.
looking for members and volunteers, so thank you.
Thanks, Jessa.
You're welcome.
Anybody else have questions for her on the board? Next up, we have a presentation from Nancy Theissen from the Women's Round Lake Improvement Society, WRLIS, regarding the Round Lake Library.
Okay. I think on the agenda it says I'm president of WRLIS, but I'm not. I'm actually, that's okay, that's all right. I'm president of the Round Lake Library Board of Trustees. And the library is known as the Women's Round Lake Improvement Society Library because that was the way it was founded back in 1896. And I'm here because even though I think several people from the town offices are aware of this, all the council people might not be, and the residents who are here, and that is that we are putting a proposition on the ballot in November for an increase in library funding from the town of Malta, which is all of us, and our library does serve the entire town of Malta. And the increase amount is $121,000. And just so that you know, we've been operating on a budget, total budget for the library annually of $339,000 since 2016. So we are coming back for an increase for the first time in 10 years. So for somebody who has a home that is assessed at $500,000, your tax bill is going to go up by $15. And that's pretty darn good, I think, for library services. So we'll do a lot to try to publicize all this because, as with so many propositions, sometimes people just aren't aware of them. And so we will, of course, make sure that the ballot is turned over, but we will do a lot more publicity when it gets closer to the time when it'll be a little bit more meaningful. And so if you have any questions for me at any time, please just ask. One of our former trustees is sitting right up there.
How you doing? Great to see you again after all these years, 10 years, I think. One question, do you have any unrestricted fund balances that aren't being used at this time?
No, not necessarily, but we have had a savings account, and we've had to dip into that, and we're dipping more and more and more. And so that's why we know that with costs increasing, we don't want to get to the point where we don't have any money. So the impact would be certainly that we would, if this doesn't go through, we would absolutely have to cut our hours. And that would be our biggest cost. And we would also have to cut back on any of the other things that we have a little control over. And then, of course, there will be those things that we don't, like utilities and that kind of thing. But so we don't want to cut back. We also have great museum passes, that kind of thing that we have to pay for every year. People use them like crazy. They're always
Yeah, that's a
looking for more
really
of
nice
those.
service.
It's really a wonderful service. And I'm telling you, it just, we did our stats earlier, a couple months ago, and the number, we have over 1,000 programs a year at least, I think, because they, count every bit. But it's just, it hits everybody, teens, adults, all kinds of groups that are out there. Libraries, there was 10 years ago, people thought, what do you need a library for anymore? And I think we did a pretty good job educating them just by offering everything we did. And we're not unique. Every library really goes out of their way to offer all kinds of things that are not just books anymore. So
Well, keep up the good work. Thank you.
thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Nancy.
it.
With that, I'll ask everyone to stand if you are able and pay attention to the flag, salute the flag, and moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everybody. Next, I'll entertain a motion to accept the town clerk minutes for July 27th.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Comments from town residents? Yeah.
Good evening. My name is Susan Nuttall. I just wanted to provide a brief update, which you kind of provided to me. Thank you. And ask a few questions regarding the status of the proposed tower. What the information that I received from Cynthia, who received it from Crown Communications, was that a tribal consultation was expected to be completed July 31st because SHPO, which I think means State Historical Preservation Office, I believe?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did not respond with the required timeframe. The project is considered to have no effect on the historic resources. Crown also stated that Section 106 report, which I'm not sure either, but I don't know if that's a report they have to submit, saying that the, maybe a lawyer can help, maybe John can help with this, Steve, saying that the historical information, that process has been completed. I'm not sure if that's what that is, but the 106 report.
As I understand it, it's a report. It's part of the secret document that is relative to
The historical.
the
and-
historic part of it, right?
Okay.
So whatever the findings are.
Okay. So based on that timeline, from what I can figure out, which is not easy to figure out, I'll add, it appears that the environmental assessment is now the next major milestone. As you know, I submitted FOIL requests to OGS and New York State Police in March. Those requests have been extended with the current response date of August 30th, which seems to indicate the environmental assessment may now be taking place. From what I've been able to learn, once the environmental assessment is complete, the lead agency, which I believe is OGS, will determine whether to issue a negative declaration or a positive declaration. That decision, whether it's negative or positive, affects the level of input of public review and participation. And I do have a couple of questions. Will the town receive formal notification when the environmental assessment process is completed and the secret review officially begins?
Yes, I've been told that I will be informed
Once the
when it's,
secret begins?
when it's
Okay.
done. And get a copy of it, I believe.
Oh, that's what was my next question. Will the town automatically receive the environmental assessment and the related secra
It's
information?
my understanding that we will.
Okay. And I don't know if you or the town attorney, anyone on the board or the town attorney can explain the town's role in the process and how residents will be notified of opportunities to review the documents and to give public input.
I honestly, I honestly don't know. You know, I'll be sure and let the public know when I receive what I receive. Whether or not there's ongoing public input, I don't know. All of the input from and correspondences and things like that from the public should be included in the final document.
I
but-
think it depends on whether they do a negative or a positive declaration.
Yeah, maybe.
And I can't remember which one is which. One says they need to do
The
more
neg deck says
information.
that there's no adverse environmental
Right,
impacts.
and the
Steve,
positive says there is.
Right. And-
So we don't know how we'll be notified if residents can give input.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know what input you'll be able to have. I just don't know that, but I'll make sure that you're notified when it's done and give you access to it, so.
Okay. I just want to understand the process, because if we don't have an opportunity to know at a certain time that we can provide public input, then we'll never be able to apply it. And my understanding is if it's a positive declaration, and I could be wrong, that's when they're going to look into it further, and that's when the public should have more opportunity for public input. But
The town will be notified by the state with respect to their determination, as well as when they're having a public hearing.
okay,
So when the town is notified of that, I'm certain that the board will put it out to the public.
okay,
We don't, as a town agency, since we're not the lead agency, the state is, we don't control the process, the timing, or when that occurs.
right.
And any of the submissions, the town can certainly submit, but any individuals will need to submit their concerns directly to the state. So,
And I understand that. That wasn't really what I was trying to get to. I just wanted to know that we would be notified, the town would be able to notify the residents when that opportunity for public input by the residents will take
Right.
place. That was basically what I
Yeah,
wanted
because they
to
must
know.
have to have a public hearing
yes.
before they adopt the seeker, so there should be an opportunity for public input. I'll try to reach out again and see what kind of timeline we have.
Okay.
And, you know, get the app, I'll put it out on the app too.
Okay, so I guess until that
Yeah.
process is actually completed, we have no way of
Right.
knowing whether they did any other environmental
Yeah, until it's
assessments or
complete.
anything,
Yeah,
and why they checked didn't turn down these other places. We'll have no way. That'll all be part of the final,
yeah,
okay. All right, thank you.
yep. Anybody else from the public choose to speak? All right, with that, we'll move on to comments from town board and department heads. I have a couple of things. First of all, tomorrow's the night we've all been waiting for. It's National Night Out. The town of Malta is participating in National Night Out, and we're having a Touch a Truck event. Weather's supposed to be beautiful, so it's at Shenandoah Creek Park from 5 to 8. If you don't know, National Night Out is really it's designed to be a collaboration between law enforcement and the community to build, you know, relationships. But we added the Touch a Truck thing. There's going to be all sorts of trucks there and law enforcement vehicles. And we're serving some food. Yep. And hot dogs. So bring your kids. We did ask reservations just so we had some idea of who might show up, but if you didn't reserve and you still want to come, then please do. I want to congratulate our water superintendent, Sean Cross, on the new licensure. So he now is officially, has the license that we need. So congratulations, Sean. Last but not least, we are hosting a public information session regarding the pedestrian downtown access linkage system, known as PEDALS here. It's going to be here at Town Hall on August 18th at 6 PM. This is just a public information, so the public can find out what the project involves. Just, whatever, I don't even know what the presentation is. It'll be by our engineers, Creighton Manning. So it'll give you details about it. You'll have an opportunity to ask questions regarding it. Just as a brief thing, this Petals project is a multi-use trail that will link Malta Gardens to our downtown area, to the closest sidewalk. It's about 3,300 linear feet. We received federal funding for it, so it's on the tip, and we're all pretty excited about it. We think it really provides a valuable pedestrian and bike transportation for an underserved population. So come to that, August 18th. Anything else?
Yeah, I wasn't here last week, but I reviewed the meeting online, and if I was here, I would have asked you, what promises did you make to Matt? Unfortunately, I wasn't here to ask you, so I'll
Matt?
ask you now.
Yeah, well, Matt had asked before he left that I work on getting lights, so I'm still working on getting lights on the soccer field.
What's
Looking for the funding.
Status of that right now?
We have been awarded a state and municipal facilities grant. There's still a lot of paperwork to be done, so it will take some time. But we're working on that paperwork to finalize that, and I'm looking for other funding sources also. So,
Thank you.
any other questions? Comments? We'll move on to discussion items. I actually put this on because it was something we talked about last week, but we're not really ready to move on it, just to keep you updated. We talked about amending our water specifications to, I guess it was to not allow any backflow metering or backflow prevention, and there was something else. Oh, the bulk water sales. Yeah, right, that cross connection, right. So, but in the next day in talking to Sean, we thought maybe he should actually go through the rest of the document to make sure there's not other changes he wants to make. So we will see that again, probably next month. I know he found at least one other thing that he wants to change. I don't know about anything else, so.
I got a question on that regarding the bulk water. There is a hotel in town that has several wells, and they are not operating. And I do know for a fact that he buys bulk water, and I was wondering if this is going to impact him at all.
He doesn't buy water from us.
He buys
I
it.
guess there's
Yeah.
a quick answer. If he's not getting it from us, now I don't know who our bulk water haulers are selling to yet. I don't know. Okay, my understanding is that it's going to a farm, but that's all I've heard. I haven't heard of anything other than that.
This is the Roosevelt Inn, and he's been doing it probably for since he bought it, and
If this is a matter of for him or anybody, a matter of survivability, then I wouldn't expect it to affect them. Okay, we're not talking a huge increase. We're just basically looking to cover the cost of what gets used
right.
from the infrastructure. So
I just don't want to have him put into a bind where he's got to close.
right, that I believe that comes up between him and his supplier, because we're not looking to, make a profit, turn a profit on this water. It's more about maintaining what we have. So that's all we're really looking for now. If his supplier decides that because we're going to increase the water cost a little bit, that he's going to increase substantially, well, then that's an issue for him and his who he's supplying to come to agreement on with something.
Did you
I
get the
understand where
support?
you're coming from by raising the price. Yeah, the
Well,
natural course is
I
that
just don't
it gets
want
passed on
him
to the.
be impacted without water.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't-
and that would, and that's the reason why I'm not looking to end bulk water sales, because there are situations that people need water, that it's not a matter of, filling up a pool or, or the guy who's hauling it isn't trying to make a profit. He's trying to help somebody keep whatever they have operational. So in that sense there, yeah, I don't want to change anything in that sense, but we do also have to take care of what we have and make sure that what they're using is,
Definitely.
kept operational, because they do operate those valves quite a bit. And the more they get operated, the more they need work done onto them, so.
yeah, I don't
So
think,
it's only right that they pay a fair share
More
to.
failures and.
right now, we only have one company that's buying bulk water from us, and we don't really know exactly, where they're selling
Multiple
it. So,
trucks running, and none of them are labeled other
Yeah.
than farm.
yeah, so,
So they're not advertising, they're not displaying a business name or a phone number or anything on any of their trucks.
Yeah.
So I gotta believe that it's not for, I'd like to think that it's not for profit, but I guess we won't know until we get to have that conversation with them.
Did you ask for the supplier information, Craig, when you were speaking to the hotel owner?
Excuse me?
Did you ask for the supplier information when you talked to the guy?
I can. At the time, I didn't know who he buys it from. But I can call him, yes.
Okay, thank you.
thanks, Sean.
All right.
Just a reminder for the board, we talked about it last time, but we're supposed to have a bulk sales agreement, a
Right.
contract.
Right,
So that's your opportunity as the board to deal with these issues.
Yep.
That's under the current local law that we haven't changed, and that was
yeah,
one
we'll
of the
try to work on some
So we
kind of
can
contract
request
that, where we get the
information from the
right,
bulk sales and say, well,
who's
we
selling
want
it
to
to.
continue to sell
Right.
it, but we need this information and we need to put it together an agreement that would be subject to approval by the board.
Anything else on that? We'll move on to our action items. First is the town needs to consent to for the Malta 5K race, the Roundabout Runners Club. It is on September 12th. They run through the tech park, the county. We already got the approval from the county to approve because they are county roads, but we also have to do it. One thing I do want to note, the race and Community Day are on September 12th. Yeah, so I'll entertain a motion to approve that.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion?
Just a point of clarification, I ran it last year. It's a really fun race. If you like 5Ks, I highly recommend register. It's a good time.
You get to run right by Global Foundries.
You run in Global Foundries.
Yeah,
Granted, it's
yeah.
just the parking lot.
Right, but still. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Huh? Oh, thought I heard something else. We had a member of our maintenance team left us, so we're looking to replace that custodial person. So our our maintenance facilities manager, can't remember what I'm supposed to call you, has found somebody he wants to hire, so I will entertain a motion to accept a new, a replacement employee for the maintenance custodial
So moved.
department.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next, as you know, we lost our assessor retired. We appointed our valuation assistant as the assessor, and now the other member of the assessment team, we want to appoint her, promote her to valuation assistant. That would be Krista Smith. So I will entertain a motion to appoint Krista Smith as valuation assistant.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Next, we want to establish a clerk position for the assessor's office. This is not really an additional employee. The assessor has asked that we just basically reclassify the job so that she can have different different job duties, so it'll be a little different job description. There'll still only be 3 people in the office, so I'll entertain a motion to establish that position, and then she can advertise and start looking for it.
So moved?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And then next, we want to establish a deputy comptroller position. Currently, our comptroller's office has 2 part-time people. Both of them are leaving, or one would like to, one's kind of iffy leaving, the other one's definitely leaving. But we thought it's time that our controller has if she can find somebody to hire, a deputy comptroller position. This will be a full-time position to replace 2 part-time positions. I've been trying to encourage her that she needs a full-time person in there for about a year now, so. Anyway, I'll entertain a motion to,
So moved?
Second?
any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Couple of budget transfers, they're all related to Town of Malta, Global Foundries Town of Malta Foundation grants. One is, there's an honor flight coming, and we have a resident that is interested in going on the honor flight. So there's that. The foundation pays for, honor flight is an organization that takes veterans to Washington, D.C. for the day. It's an incredible opportunity for vets. It's an incredible opportunity for the people that accompany them. I've been on one. It was one of the most moving days of my life. They assign you to a vet. Every vet has their own person with them, and like I said, it's an incredibly moving day, but here in the town of Malta, most places, the companion has to actually pay for their own flight, but because of our foundation, with that cost is underwritten by a grant. So if anybody is ever interested, seriously, I would say it's a life-changing experience, so think about it if you want to go to DC for the day and tour all the monuments with a vet. It's like I said, it's very moving, all sorts of surprises along the way. So that's one of them. The other one is to move money from the grant fund to, for the dog agility equipment that has been purchased. So those are the 2 budget transfers. Can I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And then at the end of our meeting, we always have another opportunity for our public to comment on anything that they choose to. Tom, you remember come on up, though. Yeah, you usually can talk during the town board and department heads, but yes, go ahead.
Don't let me, if there's a,
No, everybody, nobody jump to it. Go ahead.
I just wanted to commend,
Tom is our town historian.
I wanted to commend a few town employees for the help they gave me. The background of this is that a town resident, Barbara Fitzgerald Taramina, who lives over in the area of East High Street and Brownell Road, called me one day and said, well, my father, who was, I think it was Charles Fitzgerald, who was once the town highway superintendent, maybe some of you remember that, but she said when he was the highway superintendent, there was a little schoolhouse, one-room schoolhouse over on the northwest corner of Brownell Road and East High Street, right next to the cemetery there, the Malta Westbridge Cemetery. And the school was being torn down, but he managed to get over there, her father got over there and rescued a school bell that had been in the school, that rings and alerts the kids to come to school and so forth. He rescued that bell. It remained in the Fitzgerald family until just very recently. Barbara called me up one day and she said, would the town like this bell? And I said, gee, that sounds interesting. So one thing led to another, and I talked to Terry Barnes, the head of the maintenance department, and he said he would help retrieve the bell, which was over in Barbara's sister's house in Milton. So about a week and a half ago, we got together. Terry assigned a couple of his employees to help us retrieve that bell. And I just wanted to mention their names. One is Kevin Thull, or Tool, Thull,
Yeah.
and the other is John Silverstruck. And they jumped in their town truck and went over there and very carefully lifted that old bell out of the lady's garage and onto the truck and very safely conveyed it over here to the town. And so we are now the recipients of an old school bell. It's about this big around at the bottom, about this high. It's encrusted in rust, so we have to find maybe a metal restorer, if we can, to help restore it. But that was a tremendous gift to the town from Barbara and her family, and I just wanted to give mention to Kevin and John and Terry for their help in retrieving this.
Where is the bell now?
That is a state secret.
Okay. All right.
I really would prefer not to.
Okay.
I guarantee you it's in a safe place.
Okay.
But I really don't want to get more specific than that right now. You know, it's,
That's okay.
but trust me, we have the bell. The town has the bell. So,
All right, thanks, Tom.
okay.
Anything else, anybody? I am going to ask that we go in, oh.
Tara Panesso, Maple Way. I just have a question. Whatever happened to the idea of looking at another site for the communications tower? Is that like completely a moot point? I mean, whatever did happen to it, knowing that a lot of the citizens don't want it, and you guys even said there could be a better site. You know, I was just wondering about that.
Yeah, we offered this, a site here on our property here, and last I knew, they were supposed to be evaluating that site in conjunction with proceeding with the
Right. That's what I would think,
But yeah, I don't know. The problem with that is, I think what I was told is the problem with this site is that that the state doesn't own it. The state wants to place these towers on state-owned property. So I don't know, they were supposed to realistically be looking at it to see if it was feasible. You know, I haven't even asked that question recently, but I will send another email to that attorney tomorrow and ask her what the status of that is. So,
Okay, that's great. That would be good, because, you know, it seems like at the same time with this, all the secrets happening and the environmental
Yeah.
review is seeing, as it takes a long time, it would seem like they'd be looking at a couple other things like you're mentioning at the same time, you know?
Well, the alternative sites are also supposed to be included in the secret document.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, that's good to know. All right, thank you.
Anything else? All right, I'm going to ask that we go into an executive session for attorney-client privilege to discuss a matter of possible litigation. We will not be coming back to have any action, so you're all free to go.
Hey, Cynthia, just want to clarify, you're also asking the town engineer to join us.
Oh,
in
yes,
that.
I'm going to ask the town engineer to join us, Joe Lanero, and the comptroller, Julia Smith. Please. Thanks, everybody. Motion, oh, yeah. So motion to go into executive session?
So move.
Second? Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Have a good night,